Alright, what's up guys? Ramp Team DFG here. Coming at you guys with a list today, a little discussion. We're going to be doing the top 5 In-Archetype boss monsters in our opinion of all time. By In-Archetype we mean that actually played in the archetype. It cannot be like something like Chaos Emperor Dragon because that's not really necessarily part of an archetype. So as you can see, we have Rashawn here.
Hello.
Have Mick. These are the guys who topped our previous cough cup. So we'll start with number 5. Rashawn, you want to go first?
I would say Titan, Thunder Dragon Titan, because he's just, in my opinion, the best fusion in the archetype. Even though RIP to Colossus, that's our favorite. So, but you know, with the effect of him popping stuff alongside, we don't get interruptions on the effects. On top of that, protecting him from destruction. On top of that, banishing the stuff on your opponent's turns, even give you a more push on your turn. It works together, and that's what my favorite card is throughout that archetype. So we're gonna go ahead and switch it to you.
Dope. I wasn't going with Totally Awesome because he really brought frogs into the game, into the meta game for a very long time. On top of the fact of he gives out recursion, he negates. On top of the fact that when he negates the card, he can set it to your side of the field, whether it's a monster, spell, or trap, it doesn't even matter. So he takes cards, gives you cards, makes frogs for you, makes more frogs. It's not a hard once per turn negate or anything like that.
True that.
So
okay. My fifth place is Access Cold Talker. What I like about that card is when you able to summon it, is you can't negate it or anything. Then once you do that, it can target like a link monster from the graveyard, and then it can build up attack based off the link material. So you get up to a 5300 attack monster. Mm-hmm. Then the other card what I love about it is when you be able to pop cards out with a second effect, you can do like pop anything, and it's non-target, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the other card, what other fan love about it is that it's so easy. You can literally just go to like a Link 2 with IP Macerator, then go to a Link 3 with a Selene, and then Selene activate its effect based off the spell counters to bring back a monster, and then go to Access Cold Talker, so it make it very easy to summon out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't wait for the reprint, because I want to retire my secret.
Oh yeah. And for everybody who's complaining, yes, look it up. There is a Cold Talker archetype. Look it up.
Yep, that it is. You know, everybody they don't play with the Cold Talker archetype. Mm-hmm. They just focus most on Access Cold Talker, but it actually is a Cold Talker archetype with its own monsters.
True.
You want to follow us up with 4?
I would say for 4 it would be Thunder Dragon Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I picked Thunder Dragon Colossus is because literally all you have to do, and you don't even need polymerization to bring him out. All you have to do is play the Thunder Dragon monster, activate its effect, and then once it get its effect you can bring out Thunder Dragon Colossus. Then one of the crazy effects that I love about it is that you can negate your opponent from any draw phase. I think that's a very big problem with a lot of monsters that's like in the rogue tier or like tier 3 or lower, because a lot of cards that start off this deck is based off of searching or getting off of that one monster, and you stop that and then it's search gets to the Colossus. They can't bring nothing out. And then the attack is like 2600, and I believe it's like 2300 defense.
Or 24 defense.
24.
You can remember 2400 defense, something like that?
If I'm not mistaken, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pretty hard monster to deal with on its own. Try to attack that.
That one is pretty good though. That's why I was about to say Titan as well. They changed the way fusion summoning is done. They made it so easy.
Made it broken.
Made it so easy.
Yeah, I think it broke the meta.
Yeah.
It really did.
Like, truth be told, if it was out now, there wouldn't be any Drytrons being played. There wouldn't be any of these heavy searching decks.
Yeah.
Because Colossus just literally, that's that imposing. It's a draw and lock bird on legs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's a reason why it's banned, y'all.
Yeah.
It really is. Imagine that coming back.
Terrible. It'd just be terrible.
See, that's why I chose number 4, more so because of what I thought about with Totally Awesome, which was ABC Dragon Buster.
Yeah.
Because just like with the Totally Awesome and the Frogs, he did the exact same thing for ABCs. he literally did put them on the map, and it was another way, like I said, a new way of fusion summoning. On top of the fact of he recurs all of that once he's done doing his job. Okay, cool. On your turn, I'm gonna banish from your cards. All right, done. You done with your stuff? All right, cool. I'm gonna tag out, bring back all my fusion material. Union carry on the board, or what's the field spell called?
Union carry.
Yes, make sure. Yeah. Field spell on the board. Get another attach. Cool. We're about to keep playing the game, doing this over again. This time I'm probably about to have 2 ABC's Dragon Busters. Banish more cards, tag out again. Like it's a constant overflowing loop. And I thought that was pretty good too, especially for an archetype that literally just came out of a structure deck. Because look, it counts. It's still a part of the XYZs, you know. But
hey, as long as it puts you in a good position of playing this game, it doesn't really matter where it comes from. Honestly.
You got a 4 for us?
Yeah, I'd say best for me on my top 4 would be Alistair the Invoker, just because my favorite play is normal summon Alistair, Alistair effect, searching out the invocation, and that right there gives you plenty of ways to go about your turn. And just having the invocation in hand, it brings more than just one aspect to this game. Like Alistair is just the best normal summon monster as of right now. Just because you can go plenty of the ways of getting Macabre, going to Macabre, then going to the Fusion 4, and it's just beautiful, and especially in the Shadow's dog one, the deck I play. I mean, I already got game if I can just normal summon Alistair, and that's just basically the beauty of it. That's just my top 4 right there.
That does make it like really, really good for the fact that literally invoke the whole entire deck can become an engine, and it's literally a 1-card combo. I see this 1 card, I'm good.
Yep. In the safe boat.
You want to do your number 3?
Oh man, well I think for my top 3. This one right here is like a classic, but I had to pick it because even though we like in the link format, I still see this monster quite a bit. So for my number 3 is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. The reason why I picked that is, well, for one, it's a 3500 beater. 2, it got that Book of Moon effect where pretty much it could like send a card and then every monster be flipped like face down in defense position, and then on top of that it can attack all the monsters 1 each, and when it does that it do that 1,000 point burn damage. And then on top of that it's easy to summon, especially with double evolution field. I mean,
yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And the way how it summons, all you have to do is remove like 2 monsters, dinosaur monsters from the grave, and here you come with 3500 beater.
Being a BA player, I hate that card.
Yeah.
I really do hate that card.
Yeah. And think about it, you do Book and Moon on your monsters, on your opponent monsters, before they ever go to their link monsters and put them face down. It's no link monsters for the opponent.
On top of the fact that they can destroy a baby to actually get more advantage. Like, okay, cool, I'm gonna plop this, put your card face down. All right, I'm gonna use the effect of my Petite Pteranodon, special out Oviraptor, get me more searches, more abilities, so I'm good for my next turn. Which I feel like that is pretty good as well. Another structured deck, boss monster.
Hey fam, get the structured decks. That has some pretty valuable monsters. All you have to do is spend 3, cost $30, and you can pretty much have some pretty valuable monsters out of there that can help you play them.
True, if they can find them. Good luck finding them. But my number 3, he's still in the ban list. Rest in peace, this homie. But his deck's still going strong. Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King. Back in Zoo format, I used to play Zoos and True Dracos. Like once the Zoos got hit, I went right to True Dracos. I feel ashamed of it, but it is what it is. But when you tell me there's a monster out there who can be immune to multiple cards in the game, on top of the fact that he can pop 1 card per turn, that is pretty nuts. So this guy can either be immune to monsters, spells, and or traps on top of popping cards. How do you get over that? Like seriously, on top of the fact he's a 2950 beater that can literally be boosted up by his own field spell if you don't make it immune to spells. But I'm like, back in the day, how would you get over that? Like Zodiacs have to main kaijus to get over him. So I feel like he deserves to be on the list, at least for that fact alone, that he's still on the ban list for it.
That's a good time.
Yeah. So with my pick, I'm gonna put El Shaddai Construct. Just because I've recently got into Shaddai's and I understand the hype before I even played it. Why she was on the ban list. Like even with the new stuff in the archetype and the stuff that's coming to us from the OCG, it gives us more ways to not necessarily abuse her, but more ways to use her in the Shaddai deck. And just a fact that I can dump any Shaddai cards from the deck to the graveyard gains me more advantage. And I mean, attacking to a monster and destroying it, I mean, who doesn't love that? As long as it doesn't be protected. So that's the only downside. But in this meta game that we are at as of right now, I mean, you got stuff that can still contest it and whatnot, but it still can do its job at the same time. And that's one of my top ones.
Yeah, I had to give you that one because combine that going second with the Shaddai Fusion. So you summon it from the deck if your opponent has extra summon monster special from the extra deck.
Yep.
So you getting a free Foolish, plus you're getting more Foolishing from the from the Fusion card, summoning. So I'm like, it's so much advantage just for me going second. I got rewarded for you going first, which I appreciate that. Thank you. What you want to go for your number 2?
I think everybody probably gonna see like my top 2. I think everybody probably will predict this one, but I had to go with the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Talk about 2 archetypes in one. It's in the Red Eyes archetype and it's in the Dark Magician archetype. And pretty much what its effects is that when it's summoned, you can pretty much like pop monsters on the field based off of how many normal monsters that's fused to the graveyard, and you can do 2 pops. Then on top of that, when your opponent play like an effect, activates an effect or a spell card, then you can negate that, and it gains 1,000 attack. And its third most devastating effect that I feel that's kind of intimidating is that when it's on the field, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects or whatnot. So you talk about a monster that can pretty much get up to 4,000 because your opponent most likely don't try to play the effect or something to try to negate that while that's on the field, which they're going to negate with the Dark Dragoon. And then it's you're gonna have to be looking at a 4,000 beater, which is hard to get over with. I mean, the only way pretty much how you can get over that monster is you like Kaiju it, or you Lava Golden it, or some card that can shoot it, or you superpower it at the right time and all. But I know every time I go against this monster, it's my favorite boss monster when I have it, but when I go against it, it becomes one of my most scariest boss monsters to go against. Because especially when I have like a roll type of deck and I see that monster's on the board, I look at it like, dang, it's time to grind it because I can't. It's almost to the beginning of the end. So I just feel like for me, I play against it so much that I have to pick that card as my second top boss monster, in my opinion.
I think it was that's first of all, that's my number 2 too. But the reason I didn't put it as number 1 is because I feel like that'd have been such a dead giveaway if we just put that at 1. Like seriously, like everybody would. Yeah, like oh god, we know the best one. Like, but one thing you forgot to mention though was when you pop those monsters, you're burning them for the original attack.
The damage. Yeah.
Right. So they sitting there. Oh, I want to play Sacred Beast for example. Oh, well, I feel bad for you. It's about to game real fast.
Especially if they got 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know, 2 of them. Raphael and mine got 4,000 attack. So you pop that, that's 8,000 damage. That's game right there.
hey, we remember Fallen Paradise is a thing. You can't target and destroy them. If they set it up.
Right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's something that I feel like did it Red Eyes or Dark Magician necessarily need it? Because are they playing it right now? But it was made for them. We all just hopped on the train. Yeah. If they ban Birthday, a lot of us ain't gonna be doing this no more. I promise you.
Of course. Come on, be realistic.
It's so easy with Mantag. It's so easy. Pay 2,000, get to use its effect to send a fusion card from your deck to the graveyard. Then the Verte Anaconda could activate its effects to play as the fusion card to bring out a Dark Dragoon. So it's like,
especially in simplified game state,
right?
You're not getting over that card.
Yeah, especially if your deck can't get over it. So I mean, like it's bad enough it's got one negate. Then most decks, like if you negate their one card, it becomes kind of the issue. But now, I mean, if you're smart enough, you can try to bait out the negate, so you can at least go on with your plays and try to figure out how to beat over this to 4,000.
Y'all feel like it's gonna be banned in the future?
Yes,
right?
most definitely.
Yeah,
it's a splash engine that every deck's playing. So I totally agree to ban it. They should have banned the last ban list, but that just
like me personally. Hit the Verte, put him to 1 or something. Like do something. Somebody got to get hit. Somebody got to get punished for this.
Right. Like even if they end up doing that, people's going to just boost up the amount of Red Eyes fusions they're going to play in the deck.
That's fine. I'll take that. That's more bricks. Because like some people out here playing Red Eyes Insight with the Red Eyes fusion. So I'm like, hey, more power to you. You want a brick? More power to you.
Right.
You get there, you get there. That's what's up. But when everybody started drawing lock birds and everything like that, I don't know. You want to do that Red Eyes, and then I go ahead and Dragoon that. You got Dragoon that I go ahead and Droll that. I hope you got anything other than that? Because if that's just your summon, that's cool. I mean, I'll take the one negate. But what was your number 2? Because we were talking about ours.
My number 2 would be Time Thief Redoer, just because it's my favorite rank 4 to go into. The amount of plays and interruptions that card has, like on each standby phase, basically attach one card to them from your opponents. So like, sometimes you can go into a monster, sometimes they even have a spell so you can get you a draw, or if they playing traps, you can put a problem card on top of the deck as long as it can be targeted. It brings just a generic rank 4 to this game of Yu-Gi-Oh that we really needed, and I hope they get further support. Just because it's a good archetype to play and just to have fun with. It's nothing meta, nothing groundbreaking, but just to have it, it's fun. It's one of my favorites.
Alright, so before we get to number 1, does anybody have any honorable mentions they want to put out there?
Ooh, that's why you had to put me on the spot like that.
I was like, anybody. I'll go first. Bonnie, you want to go first? All right, go ahead. You go ahead. I think I can hear you.
And then I just want to talk about Fluffles. That's
Let's talk about Fluffles.
Somebody throw that in there.
Okay. Well, shout out to the whole Fluffle archetype. They fire.
Right.
But for my honorables, it's kind of biased for me. But Dante traveled to Burning Abyss. I'm a BA player. That man has been there since day 1.
I don't know how he dodged the ban list so many years.
For years, man. He ain't ever been on the ban list once. Everybody around him got hit except for him.
Right.
He the real homie. So shout out to Dante. Shout out to Rusty. Rusty Bardige. He should never came back. Never. He should have ever came back. I'm sorry.
They just wanted to sell product, and we totally understand that.
Right. Yeah. And I bought the product. I'm ashamed of myself. I was that guy who, actually, in my defense, I was that guy who played the Legendary Heroes. Got the Legendary Heroes deck box they gave us for that. And I was iffy about Phantom Knights at first, putting them on my BAs, but I'm like, when I put them together, I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty good.
It's fine.
Yeah, I like this. And then my third one, I forgot what it was. Because you said, one of y'all said Colossus. You said Colossus, right?
Yeah, my number 4.
Nobody's going to like this one. But shout out to my boy, True King of All Calamities. Y'all all about but
no, that's my favorite XYZ.
Says the virtual world player.
Right. Hey.
I ain't seen this there one time.
Shout out to all the True King players, all 6 of you out there.
I'm one of the 6, so okay.
And you guys any mentions or?
Oh no,
sir.
None from these parties.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go ahead and go with your number 1? Because we have to go over to fight you because you're number 1. Go ahead.
Well, I think some people might be familiar with my number 1. It's a little classic Exceed monster. but I'm going with number 86, the heroic champion of Ragnar. He was in the heroic champion archetype, and pretty much he does a lot. And excuse me if I'm looking in, because he has a lot of effects, but I'm gonna be brief with them. He basically can't be destroyed by battle with one material. Gains 1500 and 1500 defense with 2 material. 3, he unaffected by card effects. 4, he can't be normal. Your opponent can't normal or special summon. And then with 5 materials, he can pretty much destroy all of your opponent cards.
And that's the best thing I can sit there and say.
And I feel like in this deck list, and I'm arguing that this might be the number 1 top boss monster, in my opinion, overall, because he does so much, and it's the reason why Konami banned it. You know.
I don't know if Cast Emperor Dragon might have something to say about that.
But with it, I mean, it's scary going against it. It really is. It's very nightmarish. I mean, to the person that has it, you in bread and butter. But to the opponent, it's pretty scary. I mean, when I played against it, not being able to normal or special something, not able to do a single normal something, that is just like I have to call game because but come on, set. I ain't doing too much. Do that now.
But you gotta blame Gotcha Shadow for that one.
Yeah. And then Gotcha Shadow about him. Like when you had him on the field and they activate his effect, and then to negate like any hand traps, he could remove his materials and then put him to like number 85 and say they had 2 materials, they had 5, and then you lock out.
Yeah.
And I think Konami was having a hard time wondering like who is they gonna banish? Number 86 or number 75? And I think they just went with number 86.
That was a safe call.
Yeah.
I would go for number 86. Rongo Bongo was definitely annoying.
Yeah.
The thing was, they were so consistent doing it in the Warrior decks because they have so much. They have so much they can do with that. Like they start off alone with just the what's that gun card? Neo Space Connector. Knocking the card out your hand to begin with. So before you even get to the actual Rongo, he's knocking the card out your hand. You gotta ask somebody like that something to stop him. That's gotta go, fam. That's gotta go.
Guys, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Now, I might show a little bit of age with this one, but my number 1, I couldn't just pick one of them, so I picked all 4 of them. I had to go with the Dragon Rulers. That archetype brought me into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I couldn't just like, no, they can't be on the list. They are still in the balance to this day, except for Tempest, because Tempest is like the weakest one. Let's be real, he's the weakest one. Like, shout out to him. I'll play if I could, but I don't play any wins, so I just, But you talk about a deck that literally controlled the meta for 2+ years. Like, when it was their own deck, couldn't stop them. Tier 0. When they were put to 1 each, every deck still played them. There were Dragon Ruler decks, there were Light Swarm Ruler decks, there were Chaos Ruler decks. Like, you couldn't stop playing the cards. It was that good. And then it just came to the point where they had to literally just ban them outright. They banned the babies, banned the adults. The babies are back now, but we still only got 1 adult.
So that was before my time.
Yeah,
so I saw a little deck list and replay.
Like,
heard about
right. I had a blast. People against me didn't have a blast. What was your number 1?
My number 1 is Fairy Tale Snow.
Ooh, interesting.
Does that count? Like, let me check my cards.
They got their little own archetype.
No, I run Luna.
That made baby so happy. That made baby so happy.
So it's just mainly the nonsense of her effect. It's not once per turn. She can be used for rank fodder and just come back, link fodder, come back. As long as you got the resources to do it, you can abuse it. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's that effect right there, and why she's got banned is a good hit for them. But just to splash it, use her effect just to keep going to your plays, as long as you can dump the resources. I mean, who's complaining besides your opponent?
Right. Guys, that was a good number 1. I ain't see that one.
Me either.
But guys, Thanks for watching the video. Let us know in the comments, what do you guys have as your top 5? Do you agree, disagree? Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys. Catch you in the next video. Peace.
Take it easy.
Have a good one.
Hey guys, it's Ran from Team DFG. Thank you so much for watching this video, and remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content. Also, feel free to check out our Facebook page where we have exclusive content as well as updates. Links in the description. Thanks so much again, guys, and see you in the next video.